The vacant Clan Wars Featherweight title is on the line. Will it stay in the same gym? Dara Kelly vacated this belt as he moved to the professional ranks. Nahom Wedi is stepping in to take on Team Ryano's Lewis Byrne for one of the most prestigious amateur belts in the country, Phil.
Yeah, if you look at the lineage of the belt, as you say, Dara Kelly, a former champion, Paul Hughes, a former amateur featherweight champion, and one of these men can quite literally write their name into history by winning the belt tonight.
And Nahom just ticked the box of commentary duties. Is in the white and blue, and Lewis Byrne is in the red. Nice teep, and it's something you're going to see in Nahom when he's Collie Matton in the corner.
Yeah, I was just about to say to you, I know that Collie Matton's someone that you have so much respect and time for. What is it that he's doing differently with MMA fighters at the moment?
He's just a nice little short left hand. It's just, if you look at someone like Craig Coakley, he's one of the most skilled combat athletes we've produced in this country, in my opinion. And you can almost see, we've seen it in the likes of Shamrock, you can see a little bit of that Thai style, and he just has this bond with his fighters that they completely trust him and they buy into his philosophy of fighting. And again, you can see that using them long limbs, Nahom, driving that teep, similar to Coakley and what we've seen with Shamrock recently in the cage here with us. That style, he just creates this fluid striking, and it's exceptional. It's like the secret sauce in a lot of fighters recently.
You see Lewis Byrne trying to wade forward. Was successful with some inside leg kicks early there. Just as I say that, Wedi crashes one in.
But in Byrne, he's got an all-action opponent across him as well. But you got to think that Byrne here has got to negate that distance and get inside and not allow Wedi this time to throw his techniques, and driving the ball of the foot into the torso of Byrne.
Lewis Byrne is, of course, a former Irish national wrestling champion, so we may see him use the strikes, close distance, and set up the takedown.
And of course, as well, then, Nahom Wedi recently moved gym as well, and is under the banner of SBGi, as we can see. Mr. Roach in the corner. So again, it's fighters moving gyms and utilising the skill bases they require in different gyms as well. So
also spent a little bit of time out in Dubai recently, training with the likes of Matsi Saharovs, and training with fighters like that, that's just going to make you better.
Nice knee on the inside.
Both these gentlemen have represented their country at IMAF competition. International experience setting them up nicely for this championship bout.
And realistically, you look at the fight beforehand, both men would have been waiting out the back and would have heard the thunderous finish by Corey McLaughlin. So they know whoever wins this, they know who they're fighting in their first defense.
Huge head kick there, and then slip and straight from Nahom Wedi.
He's got the range, hasn't he, and his accuracy here.
You can see the hallmarks of that traditional striking starting to creep in when he's in that flowy state. I think Nahom Wedi just kind of pulling ahead a little bit in the closing stanzas there, just with that fluidity and shot selection coming in.
He's utilising his long range as well, Phil. He's a very tall, rangy fighter, and he's driving the ball of his foot with them teeps each time into the stomach of Lewis Byrne.
There are certain strikes that for some reason, unbeknownst to us, are underutilised in mixed martial arts. The jab being one of them, and the teep up the middle being another. So if you can use that effectively, it's almost like an unknown quantity to your opponent because they're not used to seeing it.
Second round, just waiting on the cage, and we're back on their way here at Clan Wars VIP. Noel O'Keefe, Phil Campbell calling the action. A little dancing, and again, that could be tactical warfare just being used by Nahom to get Byrne to fight his style. Nice knee, Byrne close to the distance, but
has Nahom pressed up against the cage now.
Let's see, can he get that wrestling you were speaking of, Phil, utilised?
Good work from Nahom to create a little bit of separation. And he's getting really close with that straight right down the pipe.
Yeah, he's just pawing away the lead hand of Byrne and then firing that left hand.
Switching stances continuously, giving Lewis Byrne a number of different looks.
Byrne tries to close, and Nahom landed that knee a couple of times. Big body lock, a big takedown. Lewis Byrne, huge moment. Nahom trying to get straight back to his feet, needs to watch his back. Does very well.
Doing a great job. Great job to get himself back on his feet. Lewis Byrne trying to dig in for those double underhooks. Slowly connecting the hands. Maybe looking at a trip takedown here.
Driving knees in as a distractor.
Lewis Byrne may try and use the bump off the cage, but disengages. Now it's Nahom Wedi putting the pressure on Lewis Byrne against the cage here.
He's double underhooks as well now, Nahom. Looking to fall back and bring Byrne with him. Does it beautifully. Look at it. Climb up and...
Top position here for Nahom. Just solidifying that position in the side control. Needs to be wary of the inverted triangle here.
Byrne is strong enough, Phil.
Doesn't have an arm in, so incredibly difficult to finish in this position. May try and roll into an armbar. Lewis Byrne calling Nahom on. Lands a big shot, charging forward.
Nice work by Lewis Byrne. Spin, Nahom had ducked. Starting to mount real pressure here, Lewis Byrne calling Nahom Wedi in as well.
Oh, big knee.
And Byrne gets the body lock, gets a big takedown.
Absolutely
big
huge.
slam by Byrne.
And at the end of the first round, it was Nahom Wedi who was pulling away. Right now at the end of the second round, you have to give the advantage to Lewis Byrne.
Big moment. And that's going to stand out in the judges' scorecards when they're looking at this overall.
Potentially, we could be looking at a round apiece here, no. Very, very closely, tightly contested bout here for the featherweight title.
As you say, Phil, second round there, momentum, pendulum swing. We always talk about that in fights.
Yep.
Momentum. It looks to have swung in the favour here, Lewis Byrne coming into the third round.
The momentum that you take at the end of a round, more often than not, carries you through to the start of the next round. We saw that with Nahom, where he was feeling himself a little bit more with the striking at the end of the first round, started the second round the stronger. Lewis Byrne finished the second round the stronger, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can parlay that momentum into the third and final round.
Big third round on the line for the vacant Clan Wars featherweight title.
Eagerness on the part of both fighters to get things kicking off here, knowing that it's all to play for. Nice counter.
Byrne, that's where he had his success, wasn't it? Where he was being frantic and pushing the pace and, again, not allowing Wedi time to sit back and throw his techniques in on it. Single looks to run the pipe, gets the takedown, looking to take the back here. Rolling in it's Lewis Byrne, big scramble, half guard.
Better position than having your back taken, it must be said, for Lewis Byrne. Wedi just solidifying the position before he starts being a little bit more proactive.
Lewis Byrne, I'm not too sure if he's just asking the ref what's happening here. He's just holding on to me, nothing happening. Gets the knee in.
A little bit of rubber guard being played here by Lewis Byrne. Be interesting to see how effective he can be with that. He's holding on to the foot.
Looking for it. He was unlucky. Nahom. He's going to try and push Nahom off here. And
again, the impetus really, Nahom isn't necessarily being proactive in this position, but he is on top.
yeah.
And he just,
Steps
as
in
I
the mount.
say that, it's almost as if he was listening. I'll show you, commentator. Transitions into the mount. Good wrist control, Dagestani handcuff from Wedi.
He's going to step around for the back here. Didn't get the second hook in, so this is going to allow Lewis Byrne, if he can, try and pop out. But
that's nice readjustment there from
yeah.
Wedi. Dominant position here, but Lewis Byrne trying to turn in towards Wedi and end up inside his half guard. He's not quite underneath the chin, can see from this position. Lewis Byrne is just
he
trying.
needs to shake him off here, yeah.
And if he is to do so, then he needs to explode with
Yeah,
big,
he needs to
big
explode
shots.
out the back door here, does Lewis Byrne. He's trying, but time is getting away. And you got to think that Nahom Wedi may have just solidified that third round and potentially the title. Very close fight, but that top control could be there. There's a little bit of back chat, but then respect shown.
Again, we go to the judges' scorecards. Incredibly close fight.
Ryano!